Welcome to Planetary Health First, Mars Next. We are live at VIVE, and we have Karl, co-founder, CEO of DUOS. And this is really a special time because healthcare is really challenged, and it's becoming even more challenged, especially for complex, complicated people that need help. And Karl here today is going to talk about what he's doing. So you started this company, and you're no stranger. This isn't your first rodeo.
Nope.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, Karl. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Michael, thanks for having me and bringing visibility to the mission we're going after at DUOS. Not my first rodeo. I've been in health tech for over 20 years now. Been a part of two earlier stage companies, one of which got acquired by United Health Group. But this is the first time where I'm actually building it from the ground up. The other two, I came in right around 20, 30 employees, but this one, it's been right from the ground up. And it's been an incredible experience to really build that team, build that culture, and drive our mission forward. And at DUOS, what we're really focused on is reimagining the future of aging and helping older adults and their caregivers both get the services that the older adult needs to age independently, but also getting them connected to the healthcare system so that they get the preventative care that they need as they age.
And we were talking earlier before you jumped on stage that this is personal. Healthcare is personal, and
Yeah.
you were having to deal with some family and seeing some.
Yeah, that was actually my inspiration. I'm glad you brought that up, Michael. My parents are retired, and then my dad's parents are 95 years old, and they have been retired for a long time now, and they've really been needing caregiving for over the last decade. And so I got to see firsthand, even in a situation where they've got great kids, got lots of grandkids, they got a reasonable amount of financial resources, just how hard it was to get them the things that they needed to make sure we felt like they were aging safely. Things like food, things like transportation, helping them find the right senior living once they needed that. And it was just way too complex and complicated. And I thought, God, there's got to be a better way to bring this stuff together and solve those really personal, intimate problems that everybody has as they age in a more effective manner. And so that's what we've been going after at DUOS.
What is the one thing that you've done, like the hypothesis? I mean, you're serial entrepreneur, founder. You've worked in the systems when you were going after. Is there something that you were just like, wow, that just blown away?
Yeah. The thing that has surprised me the most is the population that we work with in the older adult space. They don't have a lot of financial resources. The average income of the people that we work with, 88% of the people we work with, they make less than $28,000 a year. And so the biggest thing that surprised me is how important it is to help them get the financial resources that they need to be able to age. And so the way that we do that is we've gotten really good at working with our Medicare Advantage plan partners and how to tap into their Medicare Advantage benefits, things like using their flex cards for those older adults, helping them arrange rides, helping them get food delivered to their house, helping them get home modifications done. But all of those things, the big barrier that all these older adults keep running into is they just don't have the money to pay for it. So we've gotten really good at tapping into those Medicare Advantage benefits, and we've built an integration that gives us every state, every federal, every VA program in the country, and we weave those things together, all with the end goal of we're going to maximize the amount of dollars that we can get in the hands of the older adults to solve those core aging challenges that they face every single day.
So what I'm hearing is you have a smart system that really actualizes that SDOH, the social determinants of health, and I'm sure you're able to then see on yours the impacts that that's making, and those plans are like you're giving that insight and results to those Medicare Advantage plans with that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the 1-2 punch for us as we're working with a Medicare Advantage plan is, how much engagement can we get? We typically get about 15% of the population activated in our program, which our plan partners love. And then on those members, we typically find 2.6 to 3 what we describe as aging needs, things like they're food insecure, they don't have the transportation they need, their house isn't safe, they need handrails in their bathroom, as an example. So we see those problems and we focus on how we can solve them. And then once we've solved those problems, we'll then actually get them connected to the preventative care that they need. And we have a pretty good success rate, right around 80-85% of the time. We're able to get these older adults, once we've solved those sort of first order of operation problems for them, we're able to get them into the healthcare system and help them get the care that they deserve.
It sounds like you have not only smart intelligence, but you have the right resources. It's just the access to care. And I know this from my dealing with my dad and my mom. My mom's 85, my dad's 91. He's on hospice. He has dementia. But before that was going on, it's the ability or inability to explain, to communicate. Yes. I'm afraid of falling. A shower bench.
Totally.
People don't realize having a shower bench, having that sort of home modification makes light years different. So you guys are actually getting that intelligence and also probably getting the DME, getting all that, correct?
Yeah, that's right. So we first focus on, or the first thing we did as a company was how do we aggregate all those resources and programs together. Mm-hmm. Second is we wanted to figure out, as we are working with these older adults, what were their core needs? What were the needs that we saw over and over and over again? So that's when we really figured out food, transportation, helping make their home safe. Those three things are such a persistent problem within these populations. So we focused on, okay, how do we match those benefits and those government programs to solve those needs? And then once we did that, we got really sophisticated in the technology side. So we've actually, we're part of OpenAI's startup program. And so a lot of companies throw around AI, but we're actually using it as the matching logic that sits between the needs from the caregiver, the needs from the older adult, the needs from our own staff, and then can match all those various different statements to increase the accessibility and the access to all those benefits and those government programs that we've pulled together.
Wow, that's really exciting. I'm glad that I'm hearing that you're doing it in a smart way, using AI, you're part of OpenAI, and also you're a co-founder. You're creating a culture. You have an amazing team. I've been really fortunate to meet many of your team members. I've met Jen, I've met Tom. Courtney's amazing in marketing. You're like, tell me the stuff that makes you, Karl, and your company.
Yeah, one of the things that I love in life is how you can pull groups of people together to go take on really hard problems. I love doing that with my own kids when it's their athletics and building sports and teams and organizations around that. I love doing it professionally when it's, we look at this category of aging and how the number of people that we have aging right now in the country, coupled with all the financial challenges the federal government has around Medicare. And it seems like a daunting, impossible task, but we have to believe that we can reinvent a better system for these people to get to. And the only way to do that is not by me saying that, it's by building an amazing team of engineers, of salespeople, of marketers that can actually take all the key aspects and put them together into a business that is DUOS. And it's honestly, I'm glad you asked the question. It's one of my favorite things is like figuring out the right people to be on the team, getting them excited and motivated about the mission of what we're going after with DUOS, and then unleashing them, getting out of their way so that they can have the impact day to day to move the needle on what we're trying to accomplish.
Cool. So what do you do to get pumped? What charges you up? What is in your workout? Like what do you do off the game? What's in your book log? What's in your Spotify? Tell me.
So first off, working out for me is like super important. I'm over 40 years old now, and one of the things that I know, I've gotten back into weightlifting as an example, coupling that with running. I used to just run and cycle a lot. But that as part of my day-to-day routine is absolutely critical. If I don't start every day like that, I'm kind of cranky and not as fun to be around. And so I know that like energizes me at the start of the day. I got a great run in LA here this morning. And that was interesting views as I'm running through the city here, but super fun. So that's like my day-to-day routine. And then, you nailed it. Like I love to, Jen and I, it's comical. Jen Kerfoot's our head of strategy and sales at DUOS. I bet we send each other 10 articles a day. Or 3 podcasts, or you name it, and we're constantly bantering stuff back and forth, whether it's about aging, whether it's about challenges that the Medicare Advantage market's facing. We absolutely love it.
Have you found the Founders podcast? Have you heard of that one yet?
Yes, good one, really good one.
All the books, right?
Yes, so good, good. And I love like some good books that I've read recently. Directly relevant to our space, Outlive by Dr. Attila. It's phenomenal. I highly recommend that book. It's incredible.
It's in mine. It's in my Audible, and I hope you're able to be a part of that next phase. Maybe that's your next startup with metabolic health. Hey,
Yep.
can we prevent it? Let's start doing
That's right.
it, right?
Yeah.
And get the reimbursement right.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. So yeah, those are I love all that stuff. That's sort of the fuel to my fire is that day to day, like have a good base of working out and then intellectual stimulation on all sorts of books and podcasts and stuff.
Carl, this has been so awesome to have you step in live at VIVE on Planetary Health First, Mars Next, and we've been taking care of Earth First here, but man, I know you're going to bring it out of the stratosphere with super stuff, cool stuff. We probably can't even let people know about it. It's on Skunk File, all the secret projects you're doing, but anything you want to shout out to people that are the audience? What would you like to as we wrap it up?
Yeah, look, we need as many people believing in the change that we can drive in this space, right? We have to believe that we can create a better system of aging that we're all going to inherit, right? That we are going to be a part of in 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And so the more awareness that we've got with Medicare Advantage plans, risk-based providers, et cetera, the greater impact we're going to have as it relates to solving these challenges that these older adults face. Because the problem is here and it's now. We have more older adults than we've ever had in the country. We have less financial resources, and the day-to-day lives of these individuals are really hard. And so we have to all band together to go solve those problems for them so that they can then get the access to care and the things that are really important to the plans and risk-based providers that they want. We first have got to solve those day-to-day problems for them. So I'd say that's it. And then, you were asking me beforehand about if I were to bring a friend and talk to him about these topics.
Yeah, so we have this amazing... Thanks, Carl.
Yeah.
That's why you're co-founder, CEO. Thank you. So we have this amazing thing coming up. We've had a few on so far, but it's Reimagine Healthcare Together. Planetary Health's launch, and it's Bring a Friend. So Carl, who is that friend? Who would you like to reimagine healthcare together with?
I'll give you a couple of examples of this. So the first thing I'd say is oftentimes with startups, you'll hear that we're going to disrupt the healthcare system. We're going to totally change the model. And I'm a big believer that the way to get the greatest impact and scale is not to disrupt the existing people, but to innovate and create with those big partners. And so, like I would love, for example, somebody that sits at the intersection of the investing and like our strategic partners, like John Skarloff's a guy that is at Optum Ventures. He understands the big behemoth of United Health Group, and he understands the investor landscape. Somebody like that, I think, is always critical as we think about how we innovate and create. So somebody like that would be amazing. We've got a great partnership, for example, with Uber Health as we work with transportation to ride. So somebody like who's been an amazing partner for us, Caitlin Donovan from there would be amazing. These people that are at large companies that understand the intersection between what the startups are doing and the impact it can have to the overall business that they have. Those are the types of people that I think are the most important as we talk about how we can change the world together.
Well, that would be awesome. Love to have you on again with them and just making better conversation and bringing greater awareness to make healthcare better. Yeah, this is great. So great to have you on today, Karl. Thank you so much. And until next time, friends, on Planetary Health First, Mars Next. It's been a great day.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael.